Howdy, welcome to the Whiskey Butler. I'm your host, Wesley Butler, here to serve you a little whiskey wisdom. I'm a little caught off guard here. I'm in New Zealand, so we got whiskey on the road again. I'm at the Pokeno Distillery here in, is it actually Pokeno?
It's in Pokeno.
It's in Pokeno, New Zealand, south of Auckland, for those of you looking on the map. I'm here with Matt John, founder of the Pokeno Distillery, who was nice enough to open up today, give us the whistle stop tour. They do their own cooperage here, but I'll give you all the details about that later on. Matt's got very limited time. He's going to do a tasting here for us, so appreciate you letting us stop by.
It's a pleasure.
And tell us what we got today.
Cool. So we're going to start off with the core range. So we've got Pokeno Origin, Revelation, and Discovery. So here, as I was talking about before, we do a real kind of slow distillation, which gives us a real sweet and smooth spirit.
Okay.
And what we're finding is we've got some cool notes of kind of citrus, lemon, orange fruit, passion fruit in the whiskey.
Okay.
And that's because of that slow distillation, the reflux in the stills, etc. It's giving us this incredibly sweet and smooth whiskey early on. So the Origin is 100% first fill bourbon barrels, and the aim of that whiskey is just to allow the spirit and the profile to shine through.
Okay.
So
now,
there we go.
So being from the U.S., right?
Yep.
I'm a very big bourbon guy, rye whiskey guy.
It's not your fault.
It's not my fault. So now I saw corn being grown here in New Zealand. Yeah. Why did you decide to go with single malt?
I've been in the single malt industry for 27 years. It's what I know, what I love, kind of thing. So
you decided not to venture out and do anything
different.
Not to
venture out and do that. I'm too old to do that. I'm too old and stuck in my ways.
Okay, so we got. Okay, so I didn't tell you this before, but usually single malt's not the direction that I go, right? Which you said it's not my fault, so I appreciate that. But I can definitely taste the citrus notes on this, right? I mean, definitely it's got the malt in it, but it's not an overpowering malt flavor. And it doesn't really have the peatiness, right? When you think single malt,
there's no peat or smoke in these whiskies at all.
No peat or smoke in this, so that's good. That's good on the.
They're very sweet. They're very smooth, and what we get in because there's quick maturation as well. There's almost no burn from any alcohol or spirity notes at all. It's very sweet and smooth in the mouth.
I would agree with the no burn. No burn. What's the proof on this?
That's 43% alcohol.
43% alcohol. For those of you doing the math, that's 86. Okay. my director here is
what's a glass of whiskey?
Okay. So this is good. I'm gonna set this one back.
Cool.
What's next?
So next we've got Pokeno Revelation. So what we've done here is we mature all of our spirit from day one in the different barrels. So we'll put new make into red wine cask, new make into sherry cask, new make into bourbon cask. That gives me lots of ingredients to make up my different whiskies after the full maturation.
Okay.
So this has got a percentage of whiskey which has been aged in New Zealand red wine casks, a percentage of whiskey which has been aged in first fill bourbon casks. We vat that together after a full maturation, but we fill it back into barrel to marry together for 3 months. And that just allows it to harmonise and smoothen together. So
this is married in what kind of barrel?
So it's married in the same barrels I took it out of, to not change the flavour and the profile. So if I empty, for example, if I've taken 4 New Zealand red wine barrels and 6 first fill bourbon barrels, after full maturation, I've emptied them, I've put them in a vat, I've mixed them up, and I've put them back into those 10 barrels, the same 10 barrels, to marry together for a further 3 months.
So you took them, you blended them, and then you put them back in their original barrels.
That's it. And that allows it to harmonise together. So here you're still going to have some of the citrus notes, but then that takes over completely with the soft red fruits of the red wine casks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Or they could have been back in a bourbon cask, though.
Yes, but because it's had some percentage
they're blended,
fully matured in the red wine casks.
Now, what's fully matured?
Fully matured is a minimum of 3 years.
Minimum of 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So most of the whiskies you've got today are kind of 4 years old. But again, with our Angel share of 9.5% a year, it's dog years. New Zealand years like dog years.
Okay, you can taste that. You can taste that this has been in a different cask than that one.
Can you get those soft red fruit notes, almost blackcurrant and blackcurrant?
The director is saying yes. The director is saying yes.
There we go.
But the director's palate, as being a wine drinker, definitely shades to those.
The director too much. She's the one holding the camera. She's the one holding the camera. That's a dangerous thing to do.
Dangerous thing. I can taste them. I mean, I can taste them. To me, they're faint, right? But I can tell. Yeah. I can definitely tell that they're there as opposed to not being there on those.
Which of those two do you prefer for the time being?
Honestly, I would probably prefer the original one.
And that's because you've got that first full bourbon cask coming through, and you're a bourbon drinker, obviously.
I mean,
I say number 2.
Number 2, there we
Director
go.
says number 2?
Director
Okay,
says number
okay.
2. So the third whiskey we've got here, this is the Pokeno Discovery. So this is our sherry-influenced product. And I say sherry-influenced because it's not a sherry bomb. Again, it's a mixture of some first fill bourbon matured whiskey and some sherry cask matured whiskey, both Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez casks.
Okay.
So this again it's got a nice balanced whiskey, but you have got those notes of PX overtakes everything.
It does.
So
Yes.
PX
Yes.
is the sultanas, the spices, the dried fruit, etc., and the rest of it, and you're going to get that immediately on that whiskey.
Okay, so now the process is the same. We got the first fill cask. We blended them. I'm sorry.
After
we
full
married them together
maturation,
after full
yeah.
maturation, and then we put them back into their original cask or back into the
back
sherry.
in their original cask.
Back in their original cask. Okay. But instead of getting the red wine notes, we're going to get the sherry notes.
That's it.
Now, can you taste the difference between Pedro Jimenez and the Oloroso?
Definitely. So, Oloroso is a very savoury sherry. It's got notes of walnut and hazelnut.
Okay.
And Pedro Jimenez is full-on Christmas cake, ripe cherries, sultanas, completely different. One for the director as well?
Yes. No, I can taste the cherry in this. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
And I'm going to give you one more to taste.
We have a bonus tasting. We have a bonus tasting. I think I'm still probably going to go, this is number 3. It's probably a tie between number 1 and number 3 for me. But you know, as I always say, everyone's palate is different. Everyone's palate is different.
There we go. So here we go. We're going to give you, because you're from America, we're going to give you a taste of the Pokeno Prohibition.
Oh, this is the one that I saw in the duty-free shop. And of course, being an American, I saw Prohibition. I'm like, I got to know what that is. I got to know what Prohibition is.
So Prohibition, this is a collab that we did with Liberty Brewing, who's a local beer company.
Okay.
They do a Prohibition Porter, a stout beer, which
Okay.
is 14.9% alcohol. We lend them the cask to age their porter in. They give us the cask back. And then we finish, so this is origin, finish for a further year in the porter cask. And that's just taken on notes of chocolate and cocoa from the stout. Quite incredible. On the nose, you just get, it's a decadent whiskey, that. It's what I call my cigar malt, that one.
You drink cigars?
No. I drink with a cigar.
Okay. I was very curious about. So what's the proof on these all the same?
This one's 46%.
And all of these are 43?
Yeah. This one's slightly higher. This is a single cask. And that you should be getting those notes of chocolate and cocoa and just kind of rich on the mouth.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Definitely different notes than that one.
Yeah. But that's the cool thing, complete variety of different whiskies kind of thing. All at natural colour as well, which is great.
And see, I'm not a beer drinker.
Yeah.
But I can appreciate whiskey that's been put in a beer barrel
That's
and then
it.
taken out. It definitely changes the taste. I don't necessarily taste chocolate, but maybe like a toffee kind of.
What about yourself? What does the director think?
I can taste chocolate on the front end.
On the front end? Okay, well, I mean, I'm not arguing. They're certainly all good. So I would actually say, you know, usually a single malt, I mean, like, can I get something else? But this is certainly a single malt that, you know, I would encourage my friends to drink, right?
Converted you.
And it's, well, I wouldn't necessarily go that far. But I would say because usually single malt is associated with, that's the one of the other founders, main people, his wife, right? She was handling the money upstairs, so she's headed home. We're telling her bye. But because usually single malts I associate with peatiness, right?
Yeah.
Most people associate them with peatiness.
I don't like peaty malts, so I don't make peaty malts.
You don't make peaty malts? Well, then I'll keep tasting your stuff, right? I'll keep tasting your stuff. Well, we want to thank Matt for letting us in today, and thank you for watching. Please do all the things that I always normally like, comment, share, all that other stuff. Click the bell when you subscribe so you're always notified of future episodes. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank Matt.
You're welcome. Good
Thank
to
the
meet you.
director.
Thank
you guys take care.